What's up, guys? You know, after coming here to RGV last winter, we liked it so much that we came back here this year again. And one of our objectives this year was to see what it would cost and is it feasible for us to own and buy our own site.
Yeah.
Details coming up on RV Street. Okay, let's get right to it. If you remember, last year we posted what it takes to spend the winter down here in RGV. But in that video, if you remember, we showed you the highway down in RGV where we stayed at all the different Encore parks there under our Thousand Trails membership.
We can use that membership for 2 weeks, but then we have to leave that park, go to another park, and pay that park.
That's right.
For 1 week.
Yeah, so we get 2 weeks free, 1 week pay. You do that for 4 months, and we figured out, oh, and plus, while we're doing that, you have the laundry fees there and all that type of stuff. So you add up all those costs. It was right about $1,100 to spend the winter down here in RGV. So when we came down this time, we had two objectives. One, like I said earlier in the opening, we wanted to research and see if it was possible and could we afford and was it feasible to buy and own our own site. That way we wouldn't have to move every week or two, and we would have our own personal place of refuge in the future if we ever needed one. The second objective was to fix and paint my old cracked graphics.
You did fabulous on those, by the way.
Yeah, we got that accomplished. And so we started off by going to the annual 2-day event, Winter Texan Expo.
Yeah, while we were at that expo, we stumbled across a insurance guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, real exciting. But he explained to us, depending on where you buy your lot, your insurance could be 3 to 4 times higher if you buy it in, say, Cameron County than if you buy it in Hidalgo or Starr County. And the reason being is because Cameron County is like right on the water, right over by
South
Padre.
Yep. So take a look at this map. This will kind of help give you a feel for what we're talking about. What you're looking at here is RGV. And RGV has 4 counties. You have Willacy and Cameron County, which are right there next to the coast, Port Mansfield and South Padre Island. And then you have Hidalgo and Starr. If you buy a park model, an RV site, any kind of a structure in Willacy or Cameron, your insurance rates are going to be 3 to 4 times what they would be in Hidalgo County. And besides that, Hidalgo County is where most of all the parks are anyway.
Yes.
There are some in Harlingen, which you can see right there next to the word Cameron. There are some parks there in Harlingen, but most of them are in the southern part of Hidalgo County, about 10 miles north of the Mexican border. So we knew that we wanted to find an RV site in Hidalgo County. So the search began.
I kind of got online and started looking, and the prices were all over the place. I mean, they would be $4,000 to $44,000. And I'm like, wow. HOA fees are all over the place. We found this book. It was called The Park Book. And this book, it shows all 300 plus parks that are in Rio Grande Valley.
Yep.
It lists whether they want to just rent the lot or if they sell the lot. Just pretty much anything you want to know about each park.
Yeah. It tells you the size, how far away it is, how many sites are there. Do they accommodate RVs? Some don't. But out of those 300 parks down here in RGV, There's only 17 of them that had that box checked off to the side saying, yes, we do sell RV sites.
Most of the parks down here, they will rent you a site.
Yeah, they rent them.
Now you can buy a park model, or you can put your motorhome, whatever you want to, on that site. But you have to pay the park rent every month, and it could be $300, $400, $500, $600
a month
every month
of the year.
Yes.
Even though say you're from Wisconsin or Michigan or Canada, and you come down here for the winter and you've got yourself, this is your winter home. It could be an RV, it could be a park model mobile home, whatever, but you pay
every month,
and you don't own it. It's like owning an apartment. We're not doing that. We wanted to buy something where we own it, and that's it. Now, here's another thing about when you buy into a park, and let me just make this clarification here. So these parks down here are really not parks. They're communities. They're 55 plus retirement communities, and they have mobile homes and RVs. There's a mixture of them. And we ended up having a friend that we met that bought. They just called us randomly. They arrived down here around the end of December, 1st of January. They said, hey guys, we're here. You won't believe what happened. We bought our own RV site. And we're like, oh my God, that's exactly what we want to do. So we went over there.
Yeah, and we always kind of, we had been saying we were going to start looking. So we went over there and we looked at their site. And that really lit a fire under us to really start looking. Out of the 17 parks that would sell us a lot, we only looked at 15 of them because 2 of them were like $44,000, and we're like, for a piece of concrete, we're not doing that.
Yeah. As we began to go through this list, we'd look at maybe 3 or 4 parks a day, and we'd go in there, and we quickly discovered you don't just buy the site, you are actually buying into the community. Mm-hmm. So you have the price of the site, you have HOA fees, of course you're going to have your utilities, water and electric, you're going to have property taxes, because it's like you're in a community, you're in a, it's like a house, only.
Exactly.
Okay? So we had to inquire at each park, okay, so what are the fees here? Okay, we see what the site costs. What are the fees here? Some fees were $1,500 a year. Some were $800 a year. It was all over the board.
So this was about the 7th or 8th park that we had looked at.
Yeah.
And we did a drive around, and we saw this site, and we're like, wow, we like this one.
Well, yeah, actually what happened was we saw an ad for this site, and we came here, but then we noticed, there's other places for sale in this park. Yeah. So we went to the activity center, and right there on the bulletin board was a sheet with all the places for sale. So we ripped that off there, took one of those sheets, and started going and looking at each site. Well, we quickly learned some of these sites are just 30 amp.
Yeah. Some
have a trashy old shed on it, or an old park boat, or they covered the driveway with AstroTurf, and it's just like, what are you thinking, man? So you had to get through the no's to get to the yeses. And when we got to this site, it was definitely in the yes category.
Absolutely. And Martin and I both agreed, this is a strong contender.
Yeah.
But we're still going to go to these other parks, and we're still going to look.
And we did, and they all failed. None of them matched up to this site, so we came back here. The neighbors kept seeing us coming back, and so they started coming around going, who are you? What are you doing? Are you going to rent? No, we're trying to buy this place. Oh, you're not going to be able to buy this place.
That is not going to happen.
You're not going to. Man, there's been so many people trying to buy this place. It doesn't have a clear title. This thing is all wrapped up in an LLC trust, and many people have tried to buy this place.
Many people have tried. All have failed.
And so we listened to all that, and we were like, you know what, Joanie, we need to get to the bottom of this.
What's going on?
Yeah, what the hell's happening here? So we got out our magnifying glass, like a detective, and we went on the hunt for the truth.
Indeed.
So we went to the tax authority.
Yeah.
We went to the appraisal district. We found out the owners' names and their addresses and their phone numbers, and man, we got on the horn with them. And
We had many, many conversations with them.
come to find out, just cut to the chase, it had a clear title. And we made 2 or 3 emails back and forth to decide on the price and a couple of little conditions. Had it all done, sent it off to Sierra Title. It took 29 days to close.
It was it was like a house.
I know.
I thought maybe a week.
Yeah.
We give you money, you give us a title, but no.
No.
Not even close.
Let's go back now on what we said in the beginning, how our cost here was $1,100 to come to RGV every winter and do our own laundry and all that. Well, now we've got a site with a shed, and it's a nice shed. It's got its own washer, it's got its dryer, we've added a refrigerator, it has a 12-foot workbench, it's got 220 coming in there, it's got electrical outlets on all 3 walls, overhead lighting, it's an 8x12. I could go on and on. I feel like I got a garage now.
But what's funny is how quickly we can actually fill that shed up.
Yeah, well, I told her, you know how sassy she gets sometimes, right? I told her, you keep this sassiness
and
up,
he's going to
and
sleep
you're
in
going
it.
out there. You're going out there. But anyway, getting back to the cost. So, we had the initial cost of the property, $220 a year property taxes. During the winter, while we're here, our utility, our electric, runs about $60 a month. So times 4, that's $240. Our water, $22 a month times 4, rounded off to $90. $100 for lawn care, because we're not going to be here from May to November. We have to pay somebody to mow the lawns. And of course, we had to find a guy to do the lawn cutting. Guess what his name is? Jose. He'll mow the lawn twice a month for $13 a month. So we threw in $100 a year for lawn care. Add all those fees up, and it's $800 a year to own this property.
So we own it. We don't have to move if we don't want to.
And we've cut out all of our camping fees.
We still have the ability to go to campgrounds.
Yep.
If friends of ours come and they're going to a campground, they're going to be there for a couple of weeks, we can just pack up and go to that campground.
Charlie, Donna, Kent, Carol, M&M's, okay? If you guys come down here, we can just pack up, make a reservation, and we could go over there for a couple of weeks and party up good. So we closed on the property, and now it's ours. But the place is a disaster. It's been vacant for 10 years.
Yeah.
So we spent the next 4 days, 3 or 4 days, we hired a power washing company to come out here and power wash this place. Man, it was just filthy. I have a small power washer that I use for my when we wash the coach, but that's nothing for this kind of a job. I did use it to power wash the shed.
Yeah, we used it. We power washed the shed. Martin had some touch-up paint that he needed to do to the shed. We cleaned it all out inside.
Yeah.
There were some cracks in the concrete that we didn't realize how large they were until after it was power washed.
Yeah, so, but, I mean, these cracks are very common. This place was built in 1978. So cracks in foundations are very common, but it's easily solved. So I went and bought a bunch of self-leveling polyurethane material, filled them up. Joanie and I helped me. We got a whole bunch of sand and filled in the cracks up to about that much, and then did the rest with the polyurethane material. It looks fantastic. All the cracks are filled, and it looks great. Over by the shed, where that ugly lattice work is.
Oh yeah, when we come back next year, we plan on putting in a new fence over where the lattice work is. We are going to put in a spice garden, a nice herb garden, because I totally miss the herb garden that I used to have at the house.
God, we had such an awesome spice garden. But we're putting in another one right over there. That's next winter. Those are next winter projects. After it was all clean, everything's ready to go. It's time to move the coach here. So we closed on Monday, cleaned, came here on Friday, parked it. 2 days later, the coronavirus hit the nation big time. And we're like, whoa, was this timing or what?
I mean, it was crazy. It wasn't even on the radar when we were looking for this spot. 2 days later, there's nothing in the stores. Everybody's locked down. I mean, it was nuts.
I want to say real quick, we give God all the credit and the glory for us having this spot.
Absolutely.
Many, many people tried to buy this site, and for some reason, no, I'm saving this for Martin and Joanie. They're coming down in a few years. And here we are.
And here we are, by the grace of God.
All right, so let's get into a few details of where we live here. I know this is a little lengthy, but you guys want details. You keep telling us that. Get more details.
So one of the great things about the spot that we have, and we didn't even initially realize it when we were looking at this spot, is we are virtually across the street.
Right there.
From everything. There's shuffleboard across the street, the pool, the activity center, the dumpsters,
the pool tables, the laundromat, the mailboxes,
the library.
It's literally right across the street.
Yeah.
And the one thing, though, that we were really focused on, especially me, was I wanted this coach a site that pointed north. Okay? I did not want to have a site facing south, because you know how it is in the winter. The sun, as it rises in the east and goes to the west, it's low, and it's right there in the front of your windshield and just bakes that coach. So I wanted to be facing north. And so now, when the sun comes up in the morning, we're covered by our awning, and then in the afternoon, we're covered by our window awnings. So the only area that's really exposed to sun is the back. It's a great site. You know, in closing here, we have a lot of plans down the road next winter. We're going to tidy this place up. I mean, we've got a lot done on here. I mean, compared to what it looked like when we were looking to buy it, and now it's just like night and day. But we're going to do our little touches on it, and it's going to be our little place to putter around in the winter. The people here are just fantastic.
Yeah, we've met some great people here already.
Yeah.
And we haven't hardly even touched on all of the people here.
Yeah, I mean, since we've been on lockdown, we've been doing the distancing, and we haven't been going to the pool and all that kind of stuff. But you know how people drive around in their golf carts and stuff, and we've got to know our neighbors across the street.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Oh, they're just fantastic. They've been coming here for, I think, like 18 years or something like that. They've got a beautiful piece of property. And
oh, Martin.
Yeah.
Here's something.
Yeah.
There is a clothesline on the side of the motorhome.
Yeah.
That I initially thought, ooh, yeah, that really needs to come down. But we have used that thing almost on a daily basis.
I swear, it's great, man. You do the laundry and just go right around the corner and hang the clothes out there on the clothesline. It reminds me when I was a little kid, when my mom used to put them on a line and run them out, But I know some people are like, oh man, that looks so tacky. Okay, well, it's behind the motorhome. You can't really see it, but I love sun-starched, crispy clothes. Don't you?
No, I don't. But
I do.
But I love being able to hang his jeans and his crispy towel out there on the line for him.
There's nothing like putting on a fresh pair of crunchy underwear. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. It's getting back to the good old days. Well, listen, guys, that pretty much covers this whole thing. If you liked this video, this one right here that we just did, go down there and hit that like button and let us know that you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed, we'd like you to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the button and ring the bell next door to it so you'll be notified the next time we upload our next great, wonderful, free video. Because subscribing is free. Can you believe that? We don't charge for this.
Oh, we should.
I can't believe we do that.
Yeah, all this entertainment, it's free.
And we pay for all the production.
Huh.
We pay for, I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, that's it, guys. This is RV Street. Stick around.